This is To the Point with Michael Williams.
Good morning. Election reform, a new anti-protest law, police use of force legislation, and banning transgender girls from high school and college teams. A take from both sides of the aisle this morning as Florida lawmakers wrap their regular legislative session. First, freshman Democratic State Representative Omari Hardy from District 88 in Palm Beach County. We began with election reform headed for law after a GOP push to tighten ID requirements and ballot drop box use, among other changes.
Republicans can say that this bill is about election integrity, but they haven't shown that there's something wrong with the integrity of our elections here in Florida. As a matter of fact, the governor boasted about how smoothly we ran our elections here in the state of Florida as the law is currently written. And so, according to the governor's own words, this legislation was not needed. The reason why they brought forward this legislation, though, is because the Republican base cannot handle or process the fact that Donald Trump lost the election fair and square. And another reason why this legislation came in front of us is because Republicans feel that they can shave points off the electorate in a way that affects Democrats more than affects Republicans. And that's what we saw today. We saw a bill that made it more difficult for folks to access the ballot, that made it more difficult and costly for supervisors to administer elections. The sole purpose of this is to engage in electoral point shaving.
Representative Republicans argue talk like that, talk about voter suppression. They say these laws are written and they will apply equally to everybody. And what's wrong with further enhancing security?
You know, in 1890, Mississippi amended its constitution and enacted many of the features of Jim Crow law. And there was an addendum to that 1890 Mississippi Constitution that said exactly that all the provisions of this law will apply equally. Poll taxes and all sorts of other things apply equally to Black folks and white folks alike. But obviously, they had a disproportionate impact on people of color. And as my colleague, Representative Geraldine Thompson said today, this is Jim Crow 2.0. The only difference is that today Jim Crow is wearing a suit, he's carrying a briefcase, and his name is James Crow Esquire. This is wrapping voter suppression techniques in the guise of election integrity, and that's all that it is.
It does put me to mind, though, of what a South Carolina Republican Senator, African-American Tim Scott, said late last week. He said, this is not a racist country. And Republicans, including him, say that those kind of statements are hyperbole in this day, age, and time, that this is not the Jim Crow era.
Well, it's difficult to say that this is not a racist country when my presence in this country is a product of racism. And it's difficult, frankly, for Tim Scott to say that. And I can't imagine how he could say it and keep a straight face. But the fact of the matter is this country was founded on a system of chattel slavery. And from that, there have been many systemic inequities that fall along the lines of race and also gender. And frankly, we have a lot more work to do. There is the promise of America, which is of an America where everyone is equal, where everyone is, frankly, has equal opportunity to achieve their dreams, where the government treats everyone the same and is no respecter of persons. But then there is also the reality of America. And the reality of America shows that we need a lot, frankly, we need to do a lot more work.
Let's move on to another topic, use of force legislation, bipartisan legislation that aims to make sure that police have more structure and learning how to de-escalate crises, making sure, quote, bad officers don't move from one force to another, banning chokeholds, except in circumstances that are literally life-altering potentially for the officer. Your thoughts on the use of force legislation? That was bipartisan, and we're waiting for the governor's signature there, but your thought?
I think it is an incremental step forward. It is a compromise. Both sides came together and gave some. It is not enough. It's not the transformational change that my constituents and that many of our constituents sent us to Tallahassee to pursue, but it's something that we will take for now. And after the governor signs it, we will resume the good fight to reform policing in a meaningful way.
The anti-protest bill, the governor has said it in an article in the Orlando Sentinel, it's the strongest anti-rioting, pro-law enforcement piece of legislation in the country. Again, that went to the governor's pen. Critics worry that it will make it easier for law enforcement to charge organizers, and they say anyone involved in a protest, even if they're not engaged in violence. Your take?
I agree with the latter take. The way that it defines a riot makes it almost impossible to tell if a person can be arrested for participating in a riot, even if they are not engaging in violent activity. If you have a certain number of people and you're protesting and a few knuckleheads get violent, are you now participating in a riot? Even if you weren't getting violent, even if you weren't vandalizing someone's property, are you now able to be swept up into the criminal justice system and to be charged with a felony and to have your voters' rights taken away? That's something that, frankly, is a glaring issue with this bill, and there are many other issues as well. The idea that local governments would somehow be held civilly liable because they didn't respond with enough force to a protest that turns into a quote unquote riot. I mean, this is basically the state encouraging local governments to create a police state where they are.
There was so many topics we could talk about and shall in the weeks to come. But we did want to ask, the Florida legislature has passed a bill banning transgender women and girls from female sports teams. Your take on that? It came up, it went away, came back up again late in session and passed.
I think it's unfortunate. I think it's tragic. People have to remember we're talking about children. We're talking about children who are vulnerable. The suicide rate for transgender children is 2.5 times that of all other children. That's because they experience and are the victims of physical violence. That's because there is stigma around who they are. And sports are an opportunity for them to have a community in which they are accepted. And please understand that transgender students have been competing in high school sports since 2013. Since the Rick Scott administration, the FHSAA came up with a process to allow transgender students to fairly compete in high school sports. And what they're doing now is that they're taking this lifeline for these vulnerable children and ripping it away to do nothing other than to score political points and to throw red meat to their base.
A final note here, Omari Hardy has his eye on the vacant congressional seat of the late Alcee Hastings. And as we reported, Mr. Hardy has tossed his hat into that ring. We'll talk with him about that soon when we also have a chance to speak to other candidates lining up for the same race. Now to Republican State Representative Toby Overdorf from District 83, covering parts of Martin and St. Lucie counties. We started with his perspective on election reform.
So on election reform, we are really looking at the good, the bad, the ugly from last year in Florida. We absolutely had a fantastic election. Florida certainly did a great job, but we also learned some lessons. And we learned lessons, whether it be regarding drop boxes that had not been used in the frequency they've ever had before. We learned a little bit more about mail ballots, and we learned about signatures and signature verification. So all of those different items are coming into play this time around. We are literally, as we speak, we're debating that on the floor this evening at tonight's taping, and we're also going to be probably having a result of that prior to the airing of this show. That being said, we are certainly looking at different ways that we can improve upon the elections, and we're always striving to get better and to get better.
Bottom line, what do you want to see come out of it? Bottom line, sir.
A voter accountability, and so that we know that if one person votes, that vote certainly counts. And we want to make sure that all votes are counted. We have some of the best voter access across the entire country. Our voting ability here in the state of Florida is a lot better than many other states around our country, and so far we're doing that. We're just trying to improve upon that. Whether it be continued items for early voting, drop box voting, mail voting, or day of voting. And so we're giving our citizens all kinds of options to make sure that their vote counts.
Very briefly, Democrats argue voter suppression. Your response to that critique?
I don't know how we can have voter suppression when, in fact, all we are doing is opening up more and more options for them to vote. Again, whether it be by dropping off their ballot, mailing their ballot, showing up early, have early voting associated with it, and/or, in fact, voting on election day. And we are extending those hours. We're making it available. And in fact, we're also providing additional funds to our supervisors of elections to make that happen.
Representative, use of force package got wide approval, both chambers. It will require law enforcement agencies to have use of force policies, stricter, tougher guidelines on the proportional use of force, trying to de-escalate situations, banning chokeholds in many instances. It's doing a lot, and it had a lot of bipartisan support, and you were part of that. Your thoughts?
I'm very proud of this legislation, and not just the legislation itself, but how the legislation was formed. We worked across the aisle. We worked with the Black Caucus. We worked with all of our members here to really make sure that the product was something that we all could be proud of. The final product combined, if I recall correctly, well over 15 separate bills, and brought those ideas forward again from both sides of the aisle, so that the product that we got in the end is something that we all can be proud of. There was Fentress Driscoll was one of the folks that brought it forward. She is a very sharp attorney from the West Coast, and then another attorney from Jacksonville worked together to get that done. They were both one's a Republican, one's a Democrat, and I got to tell you, very, very proud moment when they closed together. They were able to bring it to the floor, and it was brought forward unanimously.
Sure, the anti-protest, or some say anti-riot bill, as it's been called. The governor, quoted by the Orlando Sentinel when that passed, said, if you look at the breadth of this particular piece of legislation, the breadth and depth, it's the strongest anti-rioting, pro-law enforcement piece of legislation in the country. In that same article, opponents said it's going to make it a lot easier for law enforcement to charge organizers and anyone involved in a protest, even if they're peaceful. Your response, your take. I know you were supportive of that bill, now law, or becoming law.
Well, Michael, we just talked about the use of force law. Now combine that with House Bill 1, and we have two pieces of legislation here that could work essentially hand in hand. We definitely want to allow for peaceful protests across our state, and that is something that is encouraged by House Bill 1, and in fact we allow for peaceful assembly across our state. We don't want our state to turn into something, or one of our cities to turn into something like Portland, where we've seen well over 100 days of consecutive rioting, or another area there where there's not that type of enforcement. There are provisions within the bill that allow for local folks to hold rioters overnight rather than booking them, taking their fingerprints, and re-releasing them. There's one incident of a gentleman in Portland that he was literally arrested, let out, and then he went and did more damage, was arrested again that evening, was then arrested by federal folks that held him for the rest of the weekend, and he was not able to do any more damage. So I think those are some of the little things that we see within that bill that are great provisions that will help to strengthen Florida and allow Florida to not have the same things that happen across our country. And again, one of the reasons that Florida is emerging as one of the safest and one of the safest states throughout our entire country.
Representative, finally, the Florida legislature transgender bill that essentially will ban transgender women and girls from female sports teams, high school and college level. You were a vote in support of that. Democrats were vehemently opposed, saying it's hurtful, it's not necessary. Why the vote?
Well, we voted on that as part of our overall education package, first of all. The education package has sweeping positive things within it. But that being said, on the transgender bill, I just didn't feel that it's appropriate for a biological male who was born as a male at birth to be competing against girls and women. And this applies to our secondary and high school sports teams. So it was an area that I felt very strongly about, that, as I had my daughter competing in various sports, I just didn't feel it would be right if she had a biological male that was competing against her, and felt that person would have a tremendous advantage against my daughter. So those are some things that I felt very strongly about, and it gives women a step up, if you will, and really make a stand for them, that they would in fact have that opportunity to compete on a fair basis.
Our roundtable takes up the issues and controversies next.